There's a term called spiritual bypassing, in which people use spiritual practices to avoid having to look at their own past pain, trauma, behavior patterns, issues, reactivity, like their own self. And it sounds very good. It's like, if I meditate enough, if I pray enough, I will be healed, I will be fixed. And I've never seen it work that way, but I'm open to suggestions. There are different forms of it too. There could also be people who look for healers to heal them. If you lay they go to faraway places to have hands laid on them, or to have different therapies done to them. A holy person lays hands on them, or they do some kind of frequency healing that's remote, or some kind of body work is done on them, whether it's Reiki or other body work, where they just have to show up and have something done to them. Something is done to them. I'm going to call this body work bypassing. And I'm not here to knock it, you guys. I'm just exploring everything. It seems very convenient, to just go to someone and be like, here, you fix me. I'll give you some money and you fix me. It kind of reminds me of when supposedly the Rolling Stones went to get rid of their addictions. They just had their blood flushed out with new blood. But you still have to overcome the reasons that made you. It might help with the withdrawals, but you still have to learn to cope with life without the drugs. And likewise, if the reason that your body has pain and tension is because you're anxious and you're stressed out, that pain is going to come back. It's like people go to chiropractors and they have to keep going and going and going. My Pilates instructor is really against chiropractors. You don't need them if you strengthen your muscles. I myself am working on a little bit of like scoliosis that I had, and she has helped many people who had back problems, because if your muscles are weak and you're not lengthening and strengthening your muscles, your spine will compress. You can lengthen your spine and lengthen your body and strengthen your core. For example, I'm not saying that this is going to help after a car accident, but so many people are looking for quick fixes. I guess I'm going to call this video Quick Fixes and Spiritual Bypassing. People seek enlightenment not because they are trying to run away from this moment and the difficulty that life often offers. This is just my opinion, but please leave your opinion. I really think that we have to look at our own thoughts and how our own perception of life, and deal with what we were taught about life, the assumptions we made, like some inner work. I really think the inner work is the way to go. And somatic practices can release trauma, but I don't think that we can have someone else do it for us. And I don't think that meditation is an escape. I have been around the meditation, the TM community for many years. My mother is a TM teacher. And so I grew up around that, and I grew up around meditators. And I've seen many couples where both people are meditators or TM teachers. And their relationships are not better than anyone else's, because some of these men and women, they take their same wounds. You cannot meditate your wounds away. I think meditation helps me to be more calm, more at peace, feel some inner joy, feel some connection to the universe. But it doesn't change my patterns of how I interact with people. It doesn't. It helps in a lot of ways, but it doesn't clear away the things that you can get through some therapy. I've also seen people who have gone on, like there was a guy who taught some breath work in San Diego. I went to his class, and he had been a monk for 10 years, and he was so in his ego. I sound like he was so in his ego. He kept talking about, he was at the breathwork class with the woman who was doing the bowls, and she was his girlfriend, and he so dishonored her. He didn't introduce her as his girlfriend. He gave a long introduction all about him and how he'd been a monk. And then after class, he was flirting with a bunch of women, including me. He didn't even acknowledge her or honor her, but yet everyone thought he was so evolved because he'd been a monk for 10 years. He didn't, he was financially incapable. He was living on somebody's couch surfing with someone. So ladies, don't get carried away with these guys just because they pray or they've been monks or whatever. It means nothing. It means nothing. A lot of people use that stuff to avoid and to run away. And I think that I know that there's so many people trying different modalities of healing. And there are many modalities of healing, different people that appeal to each of us. So I'm always curious. I mean, if there is someone who can transform me remotely or by laying their hands on my body or doing some body work on me and resolve all my stuff, hey, I'll go check it out. You know, but I'm always a little skeptical. And that's what I just wanted to make this video about. It's like the only way to get, like, sometimes you have to walk through the fire. I think you have to walk through it, and a lot of people don't want to walk through it. They are looking for an easier answer. I think if your body feels really tense, the tense body is a result of the mindset and the feelings. You know, people think, well, I have this problem because I'm holding tension in my body or because of my past lives or this or that, and someone else can take it away in some magical way so that I don't have to. A lot of people don't want to do the therapy and look at their stuff, is what I'm saying. They want to heal. They'll change their diet. They'll change their exercise. They'll change all kinds of things. But they do not want to work on their own stuff. They do not want to go to therapy. They will do anything but that. And these are people in the personal development area. And I know some of them. And they're great people. But I'm just realizing that I think they're taking shortcuts. And I'm going to call this bypassing. I forgot what I was going to call it. Bypassing. Like, if I can just heal if you heal me. It's like, you heal me. Yeah, it's not taking responsibility. It's not, because a therapist points things out that I have to acknowledge and accept and change how I do things, right? But some people are like, you heal me. You heal me through your remote work or through the body work. You do something to me. Because if I have to go look at my own stuff and see my own stuff, that could be too painful, I think. But I want to know what you guys think, and thank you for watching my video.